Welcome back to our Scala class, and today we will continue working on our nim game. We'll add some persistence. So the idea is to maybe save some game state, maybe the results of the game probably. Maybe even later on we'll move on to saving the moves of the game, saving more complete information on how to save this game. Well, we probably start with saving simple text file, but later on, well, we'll move into saving the results and the information into a database. So that's our plan. So let's get started. So we have a game, a simple game, but we already have some nice ideas or a setup or a framework, so to say, for creating a larger application. We have a way of storing the game state in a separate class, meaning the object created from this class, and we also have a actual main game application object, which of course does the setup, right, and creates this game object, right, and we have a nice simple very simple game loop, right. We just check if the game is active, right, show the status, then if there's a move, if the current player is a computer, we get that, we get the computer move, and then otherwise we read the line. Of course, we could add some error checking. That's another thing we could do. But then if the person starts reading this application, it's pretty simple to get started, right? You can see what's going on relatively quickly, and then, as needed, you can go in deeper, right? For each method, for each value on each field, each variable. So, but we would like to add some saving, right? So we could do, where should we save it? Good question, right? We could probably save it here, right? If we are at the end of the game for now, right? Let's do that. Somewhere around here probably would be a good place, right? Let's leave it probably here. We could move it. I mean, again, there's no hard exact rule here. Just whether to save it. Probably, I mean, we could save also something in here during the game if we wanted to, right, later on. But for now, we'll stick with just saving at the end. So let's get started with something really simple. Is use a text writer. But I don't know if we covered, we'll probably need to think about how to save it, right? So let's make a new file. We have a new file, day 26, new Scala class, object, on day 27, right? Nim persistence, right? Nim persistence, right? Not or just persistence. Maybe I'll call it persistence, right? Meaning it's something which stays with us, right? Permanence, but persistence, right? I'll just create an object. For now, I'm not even gonna use extends because we're gonna keep modifying this application. This is gonna be a singleton object, meaning a single option, meaning again, which we'll use for our utilities. So let's see where we probably it could probably even better be in utilities, right? We'll just create a simple saving function for now, and also in our original game we want to know where to save it, right? So destination, save destination. Let's figure out where to save it. Probably resources, right? Well, we could save it in CSV or DB, of course, but let's make separate. I'll make a separate a new folder, right? I'll create we'll call it nim, or just call it nim, right? So this will cover both DB and CSV, right? Of course, again, this is in a bigger application, how you structure your resource, how you structure your folders. It's of course important. So here, of course, since this is separate from the other ones, I'm keeping it in here in nim state or nim data, right? And so we'll use that. So set up here somewhere. Again, no hard rule. We could probably so I will do it here. So while save destination, right, will be something like source resources on name, right? On well name, we'll call name, so we'll call again game scores CSV, right? Something like this, right? Okay, and we don't have this kind of file yet, right? We'll use that, so that will be our destination, and we want to save it. We'll add a little method, right, to save it. So we can actually open up, of course, utilities we already have. We could use utilities already. Where's our utilities? Right here we have save lines, right, or save text. Either one would work. Right here we could even use, because we don't have multiple lines for moves, we could use save lines, we could use save text. However, yes, we actually do have append. Okay, so we are actually in good shape. We don't really have to do this persistence separately. We already have the append option, right? So actually we're in good shape, right? So if we have a append flag, we already did it correctly the first time. So we can use utility here. In fact, our day sentence 7 is not even needed, right? We can use already our existing code for now, right? So don't need to use verbose. So you have destination pass, string, text, string, append boolean, false, right? So I'll use it again. I'll put it inside the day 26. So well, again, it's saving, right? I could put it separately, but I'll just use it. I'll put it here. So save lines. Also, again, we can use it to add save text, right? So again, using it from the separate, right? Okay, so we have append flag. So we are actually in good shape. Let's see. Do we need to worry about? There was one little thing when we used to worry about saving the directories. Remember that? So let's see. We still need maybe add some little extra things here. We had saving a reading text file, right? And we wanted to save it, right? We wanted to save it CSV sold. I think it was here, right? Veggies, right? Did we save the file? Utilities, get utilities file. On, did we do it here? Or this is just, oh, actually we didn't save anything here. Reading, parsing, track saving exercise, maybe here, right? And this is our database. Well, let's see. Let's see here, parsing. Maybe I can't find it now, but there was remember we used to talk about the saving, right? Oh, this was our save. That's also maybe I don't even remember. Oh, create. Okay, so files, create directories. Okay, yes. So this will again, remember this trick, right? We would want to possibly do this. It will create all the separate directories, right? So this will be something maybe you want to use, right? So this would be could be added to utilities. Actually, I would think this would be a good thing to add, right? If it doesn't exist, right? So there will be no error if there is actually the directories exist actually. Okay, so that's, we don't need that. And so we can basically save it immediately. So at this moment, right, we have the winner and loser, right? So we could probably get let's add winner, this logic, right? We could add it to our game methods, right? Let's do that, right? So we don't have to do it like separately, right? We could get winner, get loser, right? So let's add it here. Where's our, we have our methods, right? So if, right, we'll do empty, right? So string, right? So we have the print moves, is game active, next player, status here, right? Where's our winner logic here? Show status, right? Let's get, so get winner, right? It's going to be a unit again. We don't have to worry about any parameters. It'll be string, right? We want to actually get the name, right? So again, if of course, if the current state, right, and we need the end game, right? This also should be 0, should not be game end condition, right? This is a slight thing we have to fix right here. Why this 0 is bad? Because maybe we have a different game end condition, right? For now, right, we want to use the one here, right? It's 0, right? Yes, 0 is of course usually you don't have to have special variable, but this is game end condition. Maybe you have some different game in mind, right? So again, probably better to use it like this. So right, so show status. So we can say this: if we can keep the same logic, right? Right, and then of course this will be none, right? Or winner on loser, right? And this will be none. Basically, we could do probably. I would probably how to say no winner, right? probably this, right? That would work, right? Else, right, just nothing, or maybe none, no winner. Active game, you know, none, right? Again, for now, maybe something else. Again, maybe an empty string, could be an empty string, could be empty string, right? If there's no winner, right? Maybe, or not applicable, maybe to do something like this, right? Not apply, you know, because it's just a, right? There's no winner yet, right? Again, it's you could just basically, of course, now some language you just have, it does not compute, right? There's no winner yet, right? Obviously, but otherwise, right? Else, right? And here we have to do else, right? We need to do some extra logic, right? Else, and we need the logic from this where we have the current player, right? We have the current player, right? So if, right, current player, when we move, right, so if the game has ended, right, yes, current player is winner, right? So else if is basically current player, right? Else current player, is that correct? Yes, current player. That will be easy, right? Right, because easy, right? So by definition, since current player, right, with no moves is a winner, right? Right? With no moves to make is the winner, right? Because the other guy was the other player, was the one who made, right? So that makes sense, right? So we could get current player, because here, of course, we couldn't just get winner is not always current player, because of course our game's still going, right? So here, well, it is the name of the player whose move is next. So why does this work? Why should it work? Because here we are doing the advancing here, right? So then the thing is, we need to figure out the loser, right? Of course, right? Def get loser, right? Again, so very simple. Again, same type of logic, right? Here, and we can do this again. There's no loser. There's no loser. Tricky part here is now, of course, we know that it's not the current player, right? So how do we, if it's not current player, how do we, well, it's the other one, which is the current player. So unfortunately, we don't have the, we will need to do the logic here again, right? So if it is, so if, right, we'll need to do this, because this is our site, right? If as a player's turn, right, is it, right, then we know the loser, right, it's player B, right? So we have a player B, right? Why? If it's turn for A player and the game has ended, right, then it means that player A has won, right? Otherwise player B, right? Okay, so a little bit tricky here. So we have, first of all, what I don't like, of course, is if else. If we have multiple ifs, right, which is again better to try to avoid as much as possible, but I think we can follow the logic. So if the game is still going, right, or we could of course do this if game is active, right? If game is active, right, we could do this. This is even better, right? Yes, this would be even better, right? Because that's exactly what we're doing. So this will be even better. Already we can refactor, right? Game active, right? If game active, right? So again, we are doing, it's internal method, so we don't have to have any reference. It's internal, right? It's at our internal soup. So we do is game active, yeah, right? And this is also much more readable, right? If game is active, yeah, we get return nothing. Otherwise, well, else, right? We need to return something, and this is of course player B, right? So let's think about again this loser. If it is players, if the game is finished, right? And so game is finished, right? Obviously game is finished, right? And if it's A player's turn, he's the winner, right? So player B will be the loser, right? Otherwise, if it's not player's A turn, it means he was the one to make the last move, right? And he was the one to thus he was the loser because he made the last move, right? Again, this is of course is dependent on how you calculate this current player and when you calculate the current player. Because if you did this maybe current player, if you had a check somehow in your game loop was earlier, right, in here when it's our game loop, right? If you check this because this next game, right, is always done at the end of the loop, right? So we always advance to the next player even when the game is finished, right? So this is, again, you need to figure out when you're making your game or application how the state changes, right? And do these state changes in a single place for each status for each data point needs to be done at one point, at one single location as much as possible, right? So it will be easier to follow. So okay, so now we have the loser and winner, right? We have get loser, get winner. It should work, right? And now of course we could also make it status now, right? When we have get winner, right? Current player, yeah, same as get winner, right? It should work. Yes. Yeah, that's a right. This should work. All right, this should match, right? Because of course it is. We could use this directly, right? So let's see. Yes. Yeah, it looks like correct. We did correctly, right? If I did some typo, right? Weiner, right? It wouldn't work, right? It's immediately an error. Again, so IntelliJ does a lot of heavy lifting for us. So if we do it correctly, right? Sorry, loser, right? And I will do this. Since we want to do this, I'll add it here. Sorry, loser. But the next line, but you know, maybe we'll do this. We'll do a new line basically for now. Right. Sorry. Better luck next time. Better luck and skill. Better luck and skill. Better luck next time. Next time, get loser, right? And okay. Right. Thank you all. Right. So, all right. So, the dot just not just for. So now we have everything working, right? And let's see a game actually working in action. If we did these methods, we just added will they help. Let's run it. Okay, well, again, we'll go back with Alice and Bob. We can do enter. Let's do computer. Okay, we actually have I noticed a little typo here, right? There is where's our setup for game setup, the original one, right? Where is it? Here we go. We'll fix it for next time. Oh, there you go. Let's see. Yeah, that's for next time. We'll save it. On, so enter for computer. Yeah. So Alice starts 2, 3, 2. Computer is so right. It's Alice's turn. We'll do 1. 2 matches left, and we do 1, and computer loses, right? So indeed, Alice, same as Alice. You see, it works, right? Has won. Better luck next time, computer. Of course, we could just make this. So. Okay, so everything works perfectly. Now we just need to save it, right? So we are going to, well, it would be better to make a do it method. So okay, well, we'll make a separate persistence method here, basically. So we need the winner. We'll make a separate one, right? So save game, save game result, right? And it will be what destination, winner, loser, right? and of course string. This will be all strings, right? String winner on string loser, right? So something simple like this, right? We could of course do this in some sort of a we could do this in a pass the object as well, right? We could do an object here as well, right? But let's leave it as this, and we would like to maybe make a equals we'll add some extra things for this, right? So we would like to actually probably create the check if file exists, right? Let's check that. So how did we do this? We had it somewhere here, I think was create check if file exists, right? Create. So let's do that. So Scala check if file exists, right? And Alvin probably right. So right, we could use this. So yes, so truth. We use the Java file pass, which we actually use already, right? File exists, right? So this will probably be the easiest way. So let's do that, right? Right. If file does not exist, right? So we will write a line, right? A header, right? Again, this is mostly CSV option, right? If file exists, right? Something like this. We'll have the file. So let's try this. So we'll have something to do. So if, and of course, so destination. We'll if file does not exist. So first we'll start with file does not exist, right? So here, and one more, right? Right, we need to write header. Do write header. So we need to import these, right? Import Java, on pass import, right? And to do write header. So we have something missing here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, one more. Yeah, okay, we are good. So otherwise we are good. So we need to write header. Basically, we know how to do this. Utility, write save text, right? And destination, and we have basically, you know, our header. Header will be, well, header will be something like this, right? S, you know, we don't have S, winner, comma, loser, right? And do we need anything else? Is there anything? It would be nice to have date, of course, right? It would be nice to have date, but we don't have a date right now. All right. Well, actually, let's add date, right? Date, right? Would be probably better, right? And of course, new line, right? Did we have save text? Did not have the new line. Let's check if you're using append. It did work, right? So probably new line here. Let's check, do we need it, right? And so header. All right, so that's our header. Save game result, all right? Saving print line, saving header since no header information exists, right? Okay, since no file exists, right? Okay, so this would give us a nice little start. So save the game result. We're actually not going to save the result for now, right? Let's just run it through, right? So for now, I'll be also, since I'm going, so I want to save it here, right? So where's our save, right? So day 27 persistence dot save game result, right? Of course, this name, obviously, in a real application, you would not need to use day 27 prefix, right? You know, you use something just persistent or something more descriptive. This is, of course, this only has us for educational purpose, but for having us progress, but not for actual real naming, right? You need to call every day. Every method does not need a prefix like this. Okay, so save game result. we have a save destination. Yeah, we have save destination on what we have, winner loser, right? Yes, we only have those. We only have those. Nim game get winner, right? Nim game loser. So all the extra work we did, right? Get loser, get loser. There we go. So we are set already, right? So then we'll do so these two here, else, right? If else, actually to save to do print line need to save winner, right? Winner on loser, right? Okay, so everything, and also date, to date as well. So do save above on also with the date, right? Okay. And again, this probably should be attached to some, again, so some persistence object, right? Some way of, you know, structuring how to structure this, where to adjust. We could of course add this, keep this inside the game, right? We could have also had the save game result at the method at made for nim class, right? That might be also an option, right? I'm just doing things separately so we can follow the progression, right? Which would be complete, which would be a fine choice as well, right? So again, it's not a hard, again, how you structure your code. Again, you want to keep things, well, as much as possible together with the objects you create, right? They should basically, well, deal with the data. Well, they should work with the data they have inside, basically, as much as possible, right? And of course, sometimes you have some data coming in and through. Then you have some utilities, you have some extra methods which deal with those data entries. So, okay, so we are pretty much ready. So we only have to do the saving, right? We should be pretty good shape, right? So let's run it. Let's now, we are here, right? Save result. Well, let's see. So again, I forgot to do something. Yes. Oh, okay. So val, right? I know what I want to do. Enter. I want to beat computer. Right. Again, I can still beat it. Oh, I now lose. I lose. Right. Computer won. I took the last match. Computer, same as computer has won. Better luck next time, val. Okay. So, but this is print moves. Right. I forgot here. So. Saving header, since no file exists. Okay, so we did see, so this worked. Been better for me to have it here, right? Let's move it next time here, right? Right, savings usually done well at some, right? So here, right? And I want to make it. I'll make a short game. So show you, I'll make a game of maybe 6 moves, right? Of 5 moves, right? Right, I'll do 5 moves, right? So very simple game, right? So I don't have to, right, to do change me back, right? Right. So lots of to dos, and let's run it now again. So well, computer, right? So my turn is 2. Right, and again I lose again. Oh well, all right. So need to save computer and lose. You see, so it works correctly. Notice, so it's ready to save. So let's check. Do we actually have anything? So it saved once. Did it actually work correctly? Your name. Yeah, looks like okay. Right? Winner, loser, date. Okay. So how did we do the current date or timestamp? Right. So we'll need to fix that. Right, let's add that, and then we're ready to save. So Scala, get time, get date time. Right, we already did this before. Right, this is Stack Overflow. Novice time. This is Alvin again from this year. Right, the latest one. We want to see something nice formatting wise. Again, so there are different ways of formatting. So we use a calendar. Right, so now right? And we could, so let's check on our code. Control Shift F, right? Is calendar, right? Yep. They this is parsing. This is in here. Do we have any more? That's it. Data need 2. Yes, it looks like that's all we have. We didn't really do it more. So and get time and get date, right? Okay, creation date, we did this, but actually it will probably be today, right? So get time. Let's see, what does it give you? What does it give you? Right, let's do this, right? Right, so let's see. Yeah, get time, or we actually want to get the date. Let's see. There's more there's simple date format, right? New simple date format, and let's see. We can do current hours, but we don't want to do everything this. So this gives you a nice. We can go very separate. We can get very simple. I mean, we can get all the separate data entities, but we just want to get everything, right? So let's do now. I think let's think with let's work with this with the now, right? So date, right? And basically we'll need to do the date. Today is so now we'll do this now, right? Let's see if that's good enough for us right here. We don't need anything fancy, and of course you need to import this, right? It's utility and print line today. Today is now, right? Let's see what we have, right? I could probably do it actually. Well, I could do it actually in a shell, in a REPL shell, right? Since if I don't want to run the whole program, right, I could run it here, Scala REPL, right? Right. This is just a command line, a little terminal, right, for playing around, right? So I'll do this, right? Since I don't want to spend the time, okay? Yes. On. No. Right. Oh, looks good. Okay, this is pretty decent. This is pretty decent. Date EST, right? Eastern Standard Law Time, right? That's not too bad, right? We could use this as it is. It would be better to have the standard formatting. There is a standard for time, calendar time. There is a date time ISO standard, right? Which is 1998, right? So this is what we should probably stick to, right? Okay, right? This is made in 98 and there's updates even a couple years ago, right? So because it's tricky to get right. So let's see if this should be, it will be better. Why is this better? Well, first of all, main thing is we can sort it, right? That's a big thing. We can sort it from the year, so it won't, like if I'm getting this nice format here, right? Which is nice. It's nice readable, right? Tuesday, May. It's humanly readable, right? The reverse format. It's better for a computer, right? We can still understand as a humans, but for a computer, this will be right the other way, right? We start from the years and we go down to the single units. So ISO. So let's see, can we do this in Java? I would like. I'm almost 100% sure that this is possible, right? So I'll do this ISO. Java print year date, right? So this was right. I'm sure in Scala too, right? Right. So simple date format. So this is how we would do it, basically, right? Get time zone, right? So this would work, by the way. Yoda time. And where's the Yoda time? Right, this is right? No, it's not thread safe, right? Where's our yod time? Right. Oh, thread safe. Okay. So this would be the what we want probably. Right. So this is the only one works. So this is from, again, we're using 11, right? We are using Corretto 11, Amazon one, but again, so this should work. This would be the one we will probably want the better one to do, right? This is from 2015, but this should still apply again, right? So 8, right? So there are of course some bugs, right? Instant. So of course, again, it's not as all clear cut, and of course, again, since Scala can use all these Java things, again, it's a lot of extra work to figure it out. But I think we can use this one. This looks pretty easy, right? I like this one the best, right? We don't have to, so let's do that one. Let's try it, right? Print line. Okay, so I mean to import this. I hope it is. Yep, import. Import. On import. Okay. Right. So lots of Java stuff, but again, so this is tells you exactly what format is. So what is this? So what's happening here? So we are getting the time. We're saying what kind of time offset, right, from a zone, because we might have a different time zone. Obviously, that's us, right? And formatting, what type of formatting to apply, right? So this is probably the best one we can get. So let's run it. So yeah, of course I need to. Okay, so I'll stop this REPL. Right, well, it's not really needed for me here, right? So, but let's try it. Let's try this version. Yes, okay, all these imports, right? Because on, yes, looks good. Well, only problem, of course, is we have it's extremely precise. But that's again, that's not the problem. So, well, also we are getting the zone. This is giving you the zone in England, right? Greenwich Standard Time, right? Which of course is we are in Latvia at the moment, at least, right? 3 zones ahead. So the question is, do we have an offset, right? We could skip it, right? Let's do skip it. But can we skip it basically without this offset, right? We should get the current time. I think, again, this is all you have to discuss. Is this worldwide applications? And you probably need this. This is a Greenwich Standard Time, right? However, if you're doing it locally, right, you probably care. Usually, we can skip this, right? We can skip this. We are going to let's try this. I'm winging it a little bit, right? But it should work. Yes, but again, it's skipping. Well, unfortunately, it's still using the not the Latvian time. It's using the Greenwich time. We'll have to figure this out. Maybe the offset we could do it for ourselves, right? Let's see. So zone offset. Let's see what we have. Max mean. We don't want to have offset here. We want to get actually zoned time now, perhaps. Can we just simply do now and then format? Let's try that. I like that better. Can we do this? I'm not sure. No, unfortunately not. So now the instance unfortunately does not get, calendar does not have this formatted. This is only zone time, right? This is, okay, let's read this. Right. Yeah. Right. Local date time. So how about local date time? Local date time. Oh, it doesn't have format. Oh, now, of course, sorry, no. I'm just guessing it. Yes, okay. Whew. So this is the official. So let's see if this works. Without time zone. Okay, great. Let's try this now. Right, so let's try this one, and then we should be good. This is what we want, right? Right. Oh, and there is an exception. All right. So what happened? Instant seconds. Oh, what you see? So that's the thing. That's why it's again. So zone time actually was the one you want, and here I would do. Let's see, can I do zone S? It was 3, right? So actually didn't work as well. Unfortunately, right? These little technical details, which we have there's this instant seconds, you see, and then you have to check what's going on. Looks like the local time, there is some, again, this has nothing to do with, well, Scala, it's whoever made this Java library, right, for time, there are some incompatibilities, right, they're not exactly the same, right, so the library, so we'll need to do something, probably, let's try this one more time, in our REPL, let's do +3, +3, can I do this? I'm just guessing. No, I can't do that. So no. So can I do something like this? Dot of hours, right? Yeah, of hours. Yeah, we can do this on 3. Yeah. Yes, let's do that. Let's see what happens now. Yeah. Well, no, it still doesn't work. So it still doesn't work. Offset of hours 3. Still not getting the local time. Well, I guess we'll stick with Greenwich time for now, because this would require fixing it later on, right? So again, a simple thing. Again, this is a much. I mean, we could have formatted this now time with using the format options, right? But this is a sort of, like I said, standardized, right? This will be probably better, right? Again, it's not let's not spend too much time, because we also want to move on to database persistence and ideas of saving data there. All right. So if you can figure this out, how to get the Latvian time or Lithuanian time, right? Then it'd be nice to check, right? So to do this is again another to do, get local time in ISO 8601 format, right? Okay. So that's something to do. So we'll stick with this for now, and we'll save it, right? So local time, Greenwich time, universal time control, right? UTC time. Well, so UTC date time, right? UTC now, right? Equals this one, right? But we should be in a good shape. Control Z. And let's see, we are spending all it. Yeah, we'll be finishing it now. And let's do, let's save it basically, right? So, right. We have that already. Util, right? Or text will be basically winner loser. We already have all that information, so or row, right, will be basically was it winner, right, winner, loser, and of course now, or UTC now, right? Okay. So and why didn't he have S? What doesn't like here? Why doesn't it like S here? Let's see, did we do something incorrectly? Maybe there's something not closed. No, this looks everything looks okay. Or did I have something? No, this looks okay. I'm looking at this red. This is always kind of a good bad sign. What's going on here? We're making a row here. This is just a simple or text. What's wrong? Yeah, row must be, there's some, IntelliJ got confused for a moment, right? It got confused, but okay, so now we can save it basically, right? We can save basically, right? We should be good. We spend so much time on time, spending time on time, right? And we should be good. And probably, well, here's the thing, right? We almost forgot something, right? Save text. Append is true. Append, so it's a good true, right? So it's a good practice to do this. So append is true, right? Because we want to add it, right? We don't want to overwrite, right? Crucial that we use append flag, so we do not accidentally overwrite, right? So that's the thing, of course, right? And again, so you see how even a simple CSV saving would be, well, could be is relatively tricky, right? Okay, so let's do this. Okay, let's go back to our full game. Let's go back to our full game rules. I'll do 21, right? Let's do 21. I'm sure we can do 21, right? And let's do this. So I'll stop the REPL. I'll run this. Okay, I want to run the game, not the where is the name? Right here, right? Yeah. So I'll do again val computer. I'll do quickly. Well, I'm going to lose again. Okay, that's fine. Right, so today is this date, and let's check our data. Let's check our NIM. Computer val. And we have a new extra new line. Right, so what happened here, of course, let's check what's happened again. Computer val, so winner loser date, right? And again, of course, you could store some other extra information, right? But this is already a good start, right? We could use this, of course. We could use a logging, right? We could have to do explore logging solutions such as infamous log4j. You might have heard of this, right? Which makes saving similar data, well, more structured, right? So here we are I mean, here it came up with my own format, right? And well, and I had to worry about this timestamp, right? But again, I think it's good, simple way of adding some persistence. At least we are saving some results, right? Again, pretty simple. Again, except for some of the details with the time. So let's do one more. And so what we should have probably not done is probably this part here. We don't need this, so we do not add, since append will add, right? So appending, so what this is actually kind of, I don't know, design wise, you see when we are doing verbose, right? Notice if we have append, we are writing a new start with a new line, basically, right? In a way it's convenient, but again it might lead to extra lines, right? It's always a trade-off. So it's convenient, but what happened that because of this option, we could have maybe added a special append there. It could have been a separate field, perhaps, right? Append header or something like this, right? This could be moved into here, right? So all right, so let's run it again. Let's run this game. So one more time. So I will do Alice. Alice will win, I hope. Computer. Right. On computer, again, Alice will lose. Computer wins again. Amazing, amazing. Okay, but let's check our scores. Okay, now it's better. Again, if I fix this, of course, by hand, right? Again, so CSV, it's very convenient, but of course, it is not. There's no universal standard. So why would we want? We want to move on to database. Obviously, we want to store something similar, right? But we want to move this into, let the database handle this, right? Because CSVs are just not, first of all, you can't, if you want to do some queries, you won't be able to do it, right? So, I mean, you can do it, but it's going to be painful. So let's do one more time. Do Alice and Bob, or Valdis. Well, I'll beat the computer finally, right? Computer. So just, yeah, I'll be careful. So, I'll take 1. I'll take 2. And I win, finally. All right. All right, that should conclude. There we go. Finally, I win, right? Right. And again, so you notice that these names, is this the same val? Maybe it's a different one, a different Alice, who knows? Different computer, perhaps, right? So, lots of questions. But again, so when we continue, we'll see how do we set up a database to store something similar. Maybe we can do add some extra information, maybe the game moves and things like that. All right, thank you. And let's continue later on.